Good morning and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Today we are taking a turn into the world of the gods of Asgard with Magnus Chase in the Ship of the Dead. So stay tuned. Okay, so Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This is the third book in the Gods of Asgard series. This one dealing with the Norse gods from Norse mythology. And of course, those of you who have read Rick Riordan or who happen to be Rick Riordan fans know quite well that he writes all about the ancient mythological gods from Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and now Norse culture. I honestly kind of wonder when he's going to get into maybe Hinduism and mythological gods from Hindu, who knows, or something like that. But he definitely has this skill with writing this young adult, light-hearted fantasy that kind of intermixes the idea of these gods having kids in the modern world and taking those traditional gods and mythological gods into his storyline with these kids who have to save the day and stop all these mythological things from happening, like Ragnarok coming to end the world. So Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard with the Ship of the Dead. Magnus Chase and crew are off hunting Loki and his Ship of the Dead, made, interestingly enough, from toenails. I'm not even kidding. I'm not making that up. It's made from toenails. A ship made of toenails filled with a bunch of dead people and giants on their way to start Ragnarok and end the world. You know, Rick Riordan honestly has this writing style that it's funny, it's humorous, and kind of like, it's lighthearted admittedly, but it's also very humorous and quick read. I love his style and how he gets it. Now it is written for the young adult audience, of course, but you know what? I love young adult books. I mean, I hardly consider myself a young adult anymore, but it is definitely something that I enjoy still. And they're fun reads. Rick Riordan particularly has a really kind of funny, entertaining way of reading, and the way he names his chapters within the books are also quite entertaining. Just some examples of that. I become a temporary vegetarian, or I get assist from the murder, things like that, or Mallory gets nuts. There's just some interesting chapter titles. And the way he words things. Now, I wouldn't rank this up here's number at a 5-star review or anything like that. Kind of one of the issues I find with the books that he writes particularly is the characters don't die. The threat of death is constantly brought up all the time. But they don't die. Even when they die, they don't die. As far as our main trope of characters go, most of them have already died and been resurrected already. They just head on back to Valhalla, they get resurrected, they come back to fight another day. And so this idea that, this adventure, this task is going to kill you, you'll never make it. We already know they're going to make it. We already know that they're going to overcome it relatively quickly. We already know that they're not going to die, and even if they did die, they're just going to be resurrected again. Now, he does kind of throw in there at one point that if they die in a particular place and can't get back to Valhalla, then they will remain dead forever. But that, of course, never happens. So I think maybe Rick Riordan has that in there in an attempt to kind of bridge that gap to make the prospect of death seem like something that's really vital. Or is really something to worry about. But ultimately, in the end, it just isn't within these books. So those are kind of my criticism of this book, or even the books series as a whole. And while definitely an entertaining, funny, humorous adventure young adult read, that aspect of it, when your characters just get resurrected, it just kind of takes the threat of death out of it. Maybe I'm just nitpicking, I don't know. But those are just some of my thoughts on Rick Riordan's book, Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, Ship of the Dead. And of course, before I forget, one of the other aspects I loved about the humor in this book, or what I thought was funny, was a handkerchief that turns into a big yellow boat, which they call the Big Banana. That's right. They're sailing across the world in a Viking boat named the Big Banana. That is this massive yellow big boat. Anyway, if you enjoy the young adult fantasy fiction type novel with that humorous element thrown into the mix, then this is probably your book for you. Those are just some of my thoughts on Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard and the Ship of the Dead. I enjoyed it, and I'm sure you will too if this is the kind of book that you do like. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, until next time, keep on reading. Bye.